Hi, today I'd like to discuss families are about to receive a monthly payment of between $167 to $300 per child if eligible for the child tax credit. These payments will begin July 15, 2021 and will continue through the end of the year. The Treasury Department states that 39 million families are set to receive monthly child care payments credits beginning on July 15th through the end of the year. Qualified families will receive a payment of up to $300 per month for each child under 6 and up to $250 per month for children between the ages 6 and 17. The child tax credit was previously capped at $2,000 and only paid to families with income tax obligations after they filed with the IRS. For this year, couples earning $150,000 or less can receive the full payments on the 15th of each month, and in most cases, they will receive it by direct deposit. The benefit total of $3,600 annually for children under 6 and $3,000 for those who are older up to 17. Parents don't need to be employed or otherwise have earnings in order to claim the child credit for 2021. Prior to this, the rules limited the credit to families having at least $2,500 of earned income. For 2021, families with no earned income can take the credit if they meet all other rules. So if you have no income at all and you meet all the eligibility requirements for this credit, you can still get the credit. The American Rescue Plan makes the child credit fully refundable for people who lived in the United States for more than one half of the year. Before this change, certain low-income people could only get up to $1,400 per child as a refund, instead of the full $2,000 child credit, if their child credit was more than the taxes they owed otherwise. Under the new rules for 2021, people who qualify for a child tax credit can receive the full credit as a refund even if they have no tax liability, which means like before, like say if you filed your taxes and then you had no tax liability, then when you went to go get that credit, it was reduced to a lower amount because you had nothing, they're not going to give you back any taxes that you didn't pay. But now it doesn't even matter. Like they're just going to give you the full credit per child if you qualify for it. So which is a big tax break. It is a big credit for a lot of people, families that are out there. How will the IRS determine if you're eligible? The IRS will determine eligibility based upon 2019 and 2020 tax years. And people will also be able to update their status through an online portal. The online portal that they're working on is supposed to be made available according to law by July 1st. They are setting up another online portal for non-filers who might be eligible for the tax credit that just need to do something kind of like we did with the stimulus checks, where if you didn't file taxes but you still qualify for the stimulus check, you did a non-filing statement. They're going to do something similar for this, and they're going to have that portal up and ready by July 1st. Not all families with children will get the higher tax credit, but most will. The enhanced tax break begins to phase out at AGIs of $75,000 on a single return, $112,500 on head of household returns, and $150,000 on joint returns. The amount of the credit is reduced by $50 for each thousand, or a fraction thereof, of AGI over the applicable threshold amount. Note that this phase out is limited to the $1,000 or $1,600 temporary increased credit for 2021 and not to the $2,000 credit. Families who aren't eligible for the $3,000 or $3,600 credit in 2021, but who have AGIs at or below $400,000 on joint returns or $200,000 on other returns, could claim the regular credit of $2,000 per child, which would mean they would get $167 per month instead. And this amount would also phase out $50 for each 1,000, a fraction thereof, of AGI over the threshold. When would you receive your first payment? Eligible families will begin receiving monthly payment as soon as July 15th. Most payments will be direct deposited into bank accounts on the 15th day of the month, every month from July through December. Families for which the IRS does not have bank information could receive paper checks or debit cards in the mail. And if the 15th falls on a weekend or holiday, payment will be made on the closest business day. Now, they have stated on their website and through different medias, what they're going to do is on July 1st, when that portal is up, they're going to allow for people to make changes where they're actually going to allow you to update your checking account information for this benefit. And I'll discuss that on the next slide. The advance payments will account for half of a family's 2021 child tax credit. The amount a family receives each month will vary based upon the number of children in the family, the ages of the kids, and the amount of the family's adjusted gross income. For example, families who qualify for the full $3,000 or $3,600 for children under 6 per child will get monthly payments of $250 per child or $300 per child for the children that are under the age of 6 for 6 months. Families with the higher income who qualify for the $2,000 credit instead will get the monthly payment of $167 per month per child for 6 months. Now I want to talk about the new IRS tool that they're going to be implementing. And this is what I found out so far, and I will provide an update if I find out anything new. The American Rescue Plan requires the IRS to develop an online portal so that you can update your income, your marital status, and the number of qualifying children. And if your circumstances changed in 2001 and you believe that those changes could affect the amount of your child credit for 2021, you would be able to go into this portal once it's up and running and update it with the correct information. The IRS says it's going to launch this portal by July 1st because it is required to do so under law. The IRS also plans to send letters detailing the new child tax credit program to potentially eligible families based upon their 2019 or 2020 tax returns. No date actually has been given as to when these letters will be sent out, but most taxpayers will not have to do anything to receive the credit. Now, with the tool that they're developing, it is supposed to allow you to do a few things. First, there's going to be an option where you can opt out to receive your monthly payment in advance. So, like instead of receiving from July to December those monthly payments of $250 or $300 or $167, you can opt out and say that I don't want to take my payment now, and I'd rather get the money back when I file my taxes, and they're going to give you that option. But if you do not opt out in time, you will receive your monthly payment, either by electronic ACH or by a check, or they said they might even do cards. But when the tool is up and running by July 1st, if you want to opt out, that is your chance to do so. Also, they say that the tool is going to allow you to update your income, your marital status, and the number of qualifying children. So, like if you filed your taxes in 2019 and you had one less child, and then 2020 you have an extra child, but you have not filed your taxes for 2020 yet, which you should have already done. But if you didn't and you need to update that you have an extra child, you have a new child, congratulations to you. But if you have a new child that you need to add, this tool is supposed to allow you to add it. Now, the one thing that they do mention, it is very important to remember that these credits, like if you went up in income from 2019 to 2020 and you think your income makes you not eligible for the credit, then go ahead and make sure that your tax return is filed for 2020, because you don't want to receive a credit that you're not eligible for and then have to pay it back. So make sure that if your income went up significantly, make sure that you have your tax return refiled, so that way when they're looking at your adjusted gross income, they're giving you the correct amount per child that you were due, so that way you don't have to pay anything extra at the end of the year. Now, I do hope you found this information useful. When there's more news about this, I will do another presentation in reference to it. I am actually going to list also on the bottom of the presentation a couple links from articles that I read, and the link that's supposed to be where the new tool will be when it's up and running, or at least they say that that's where it's going to be, or they're going to give you directions where to go after it's up and running. I'll list that below. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you found this information useful, and until next time, thank you. Have a very blessed day, and if you can like and subscribe to my page, I would appreciate it. If not, though, still have a blessed day. Thank you very much.